Okay, this is episode 7 of A Christmas Carol. This is going to be the finale, as you've probably read. I don't want to say what it is. It's because I haven't wrote the names down yet. So, I'm going to finish it off, stay for we last left off with Scrooge and the ghost of Christmas yet to come in a graveyard. And the spirit of, I'll just read the last line I read that time. The spirit stood among the graves and pointed down to one. So let's continue from there. Before I draw nearer to that stone to which you point, answer me one question. Are these the shadows of the things that will be, or are they shadows of things that may be only? Still the ghost pointed downward to the grave by which it stood. Men's courses will foreshadow certain ends to which, if preserved in, they must lead. But if the courses are departed from, the ends will change. Say it is thus with what you show me. The spirit was immovable as ever. Scrooge crept towards it, trembling as he went, and following the finger read upon the stone of the neglected grave of his own, Ebenezer Scrooge. Am I the man who lay upon the bed? No, spirit, oh no, no. Spirit, hear me, I am not the man I was. I will not be the man. I will not be the man I must have been, but for this intercourse. Why show me this, if I am past all hope? Assure me that I yet may change these shadows you have showed me by an altered life. For the first time, a kind hand faltered. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. Oh, tell me I may sponge away the writing on this stone. Holding up his hand in one last prayer to have his fate reversed, he saw an alteration in the phantom's hood and dress. It shrunk, collapsed, and dwindled down to a bedpost. Yes, and the bedpost was his own. The bed was his own. The room was his own. Best and happiest of all, the time before him was his own, to make amends in. He was checked in his transports by the churches, ringing out the lustiest peals he had ever heard. Running to the window, he opened it and put out his head. No fog, no mist, no night. Clear, bright, stirring golden day. What's today? Cried Scrooge, calling downward to a boy in Sunday clothes, who perhaps had loitered in to look about him. Eh? What's today, my fine fellow? Today? Why, it's Christmas. It's Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. Hello, my fine fellow. Hello. Do you know the poulterer's in the next street but one at the corner? I should hope I did. An intelligent boy, a remarkable boy. Do you know whether they've sold the prize turkey that was hanging up there? Not the little prize turkey, the big one. What, the one as big as me? What a delightful boy. It's a pleasure to talk to him. Yes, my buck. It's hanging there now. Is it? Go and buy it. Walker, exclaimed the boy. No, I am in earnest. Go and buy it, and tell them to bring it here, that I may give them the direction where to take it. Come back with the man, and I'll give you a shilling. Come back with him in less than 5 minutes, and I'll give you half a crown. The boy was off like a shot. I'll send it to Bob Cratchit's. He shan't know who sends it. It's twice the size of Tiny Tim. Joe Miller never made such a joke as sending it to Bob's will be. The hand in which he wrote the address was not a steady one, but write it he did, somehow, and went down the stairs to open the street door, ready for the coming of the poulterer's man. It was a turkey. He never could have stood upon his legs, that bird. He would have snapped them short off in a minute, like sticks of sealing wax. Scrooge dressed himself all in his best, and at last got out into the streets. The people were by this time pouring forth, as he had seen them with the ghost of Christmas present, and walking with his hands behind him. Scrooge regarded everyone with a delightful smile. He looked so irresistibly pleasant, in a word, that 3 or 4 good-humoured fellows said, "Good morning, sir, Merry Christmas to you." And Scrooge said often afterwards that of all the blithe sounds he had ever heard, these were the blithest in his ears. In the afternoon he turned his steps towards his nephew's house. He passed the door a dozen times before he had the courage to go up and knock, but he made a dash and did it. Is your master at home, my dear?" said Scrooge to the girl. "Nice girl, very." "Yes, sir. Where is he, my love?" "He is in the dining room, sir, with his mistress." "He knows me," said Scrooge, with his hand already on the dining room lock. "I'll go in here, my dear." "Fred!" "Why, bless my soul," cried Fred. "Who's that?" "It is I, your Uncle Scrooge. I have come to dinner." "Will you let me in, Fred?" "Let him in. It's a mercy he didn't shake his arm off. He was at home in 5 minutes. Nothing could be heartier. His niece looked just the same. So did Topper when he came. So did the plump sister when she came. So did everyone when they came. Wonderful party, wonderful games, wonderful unanimity, wonderful happiness." But he was early at the office next morning. Oh, he was early there. If he could only be first and catch Bob Cratchit coming late, that was the thing he had set his heart upon. And he did it. The clock struck 9, no Bob. 1/4 past, no Bob. Bob was full 18 minutes and a half behind his time. Scrooge sat with his door wide open that he might see him come into the tank. Bob's hat was off before he opened the door. His comforter too. He was on his stool in a jiffy, driving away with his pen as if he were trying to overtake 9 o'clock. "Hello," growled Scrooge in his accustomed voice, as near as he could find it. "What do you mean by coming here at this time of day?" Sorry, there was a small technical difficulty. There was enough storage space on my phone, so I'm going to be continuing where I left off right at the end of the last part. I'm sorry for the small skip and stuff. So I'll go back to I'll just start reading again. "Hello," growled Scrooge in his accustomed voice, as near as he could find it. "What do you mean by coming here at this time of day?" "I'm very sorry, sir. I'm behind my time." "You are? Yes, I think you are. Step this way, if you please." "It's only once a year, sir. It should not be repeated. I was making rather merry yesterday, sir." "Now I'll tell you what, my friend. I'm not going to stand for this sort of thing any longer, and therefore," Scrooge continued, leaping from his stool and giving Bob such a dig in the waistcoat that he staggered into the back of the tank again, "and therefore I'm about to raise your salary." Bob trembled and got a little nearer to the ruler. "A Merry Christmas, Bob," said Scrooge, with an earnestness that could not be mistaken, as he clapped him on the back. "A Merry Christmas, Bob, my good fellow, than I've given you for many a year. I'll raise your salary and endeavor to assist your struggling family, and we will discuss your affairs this very afternoon over a Christmas bowl of smoking bishop, Bob. Make up the fires and buy a second coal scuttle before you dot another I, Bob Cratchit." Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. He became as good a friend, as good a master, and as good a man as the good old city knew, or any other good old city, town, or borough in the good old world. Some people laughed to see the alteration in him, but his own heart laughed, and that was quite enough for him. He had no further intercourse with spirits, but lived in that respect upon the total abstinence principle ever afterwards. It was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well, if any man alive possessed the knowledge. May that truly be said of us and all of us. And so, as Tiny Tim observed, God bless us, everyone. And that is the end. That is the end of the Christmas Carol. We're done with it. That was a nice wrap up. Sorry again for the small bit. The storage space on my phone just ended, and I didn't want to record the 6 minutes again because that was a lot of work. But I just continued it again with just continuing recording after I deleted all the videos I'd already uploaded, so that there's more space. Thank you for watching the Christmas Carol, and have a good Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and any other holiday you celebrate in the December time, and also winter time, like New Year. Happy New Year as well.